Welcome to your national weather update from the Met Office. Stormy weather in places on Friday morning. Out in the Atlantic, brewing under this head of cloud is a storm system, Storm Otto. It's named by the Danish Meteorological Institute. They're going to see some of the worst impacts from this storm, but it will bring parts of the UK some very gusty conditions on Friday morning. It's brewing, as I said, out here at the moment. Ahead of that, quite a lot of clouds spilling in across the UK during Thursday. We've seen some drizzly light rain in places, and we'll continue to see a little bit of that, but most areas just dry and cloudy. The wind's actually easing through this afternoon across the southeast and northern Scotland, but then they'll start to pick up later across the northwest as the rain returns to Northern Ireland. We should see some breaks in the cloud, bit of brightness coming through, bit of sunshine here and there, and it's pretty mild for the middle of February, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 Celsius, where we see some sunny spells coming through. As we go through this evening and overnight, though, our attention has to focus on Otto. As I said, a developing system moving just to the north of Scotland. It will bring some damaging gusts to Denmark. But as it's squeezing the isobars there, particularly across northwest Scotland, then northeastern parts of Scotland during Friday morning. So the winds will steadily increase overnight. The rain will set in from that first weather front, and that rain just gets heavier as the next weather front moves in. And then it's during the early hours that the winds really start to pick up in the northwest. It'll be quite windy across the south by the end of the night as well. It's also going to be cloudy and very, very mild, with temperatures in the south staying in double figures quite widely. Will turn a little colder further north and feel colder as the winds pick up. Let's focus in on those winds then, because as I said, they could cause some problems. This is the wind gust graphic. The storm moving to the north, and it's on its back edge really. The wind's really picking up through the early hours across initially the west coast of Scotland. But then as we head towards dawn, we'll see some of the strongest winds transferring to Caithness, Sutherland, Orkney and the Moray Firth in particular, but right the way down the eastern side of Scotland, and in particular across the Pennines and just to the east of Pennines. We are also expecting some very strong gusts that could cause some issues, particularly for high-sided vehicles. So we do have yellow warnings in place covering gusts in exposed areas, 75 miles an hour easily across parts of Scotland. Those kind of gusts certainly causing some transport disruption, but also potentially flying debris. And then the gusts extending into parts of northern England of 70 miles an hour. Certainly issues for high-sided vehicles. So again, some transport problems, flights may be cancelled, that kind of thing. The storm system will be pulling away as we go through the day. The windiest conditions likely in the morning across Scotland, and then late morning into the early afternoon across parts of northern England. There'll be some sunny spells, but it will be very blustery. Showers coming into the north. Bit of snow mixed in with those. Further south, well, it'll be windy, yes, but generally just a fairly cloudy day with most places dry, some rain at times in the southwest and perhaps some brightness coming through later in the day. It will again be very mild in the south, colder further north, actually temperatures dropping through the day and obviously feeling a lot colder with those very blustery conditions. During Friday evening, we'll see another weather system. This one won't be as potent, but bringing more rain back to Northern Ireland, spreading into Scotland. That could have a bit of snow mixed in as it hits across the hills of parts of central and southern Scotland as we head into Saturday morning. And then the weather remains a bit mixed. Otto clears away and we've got low pressure systems, as I said, not as potent, bringing some showery rain, particularly over northern areas into Saturday. But then high pressure building back in as we go through Sunday, promising most areas a dry second half to the weekend. Please keep up to date with the forecast. This is a developing situation, so make sure across the weather warnings through our app or through our website, and all the latest will be across social media.